Hi ladies, today I am gonna, I hope you can hear me well. Today I am gonna try to make some of these furry dangle things. It was Lacey who asked me, but she was receiving one more of these, and as you can see I have been busy last week with a lot of them, and they are very soft and very cute and stuff. So I have taken out a lot of tools and bits and pieces, but I will see if I can make this work. I'm outside again and it is a bit cold. It has been around the freezing point here, and it's now we are in the shade. The sun is on the other side of the house, so it's pretty cold here. So that's why I'm in a jacket and everything. It's a little bit early to that it is so cold. I think it is October and it's fall, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be a long winter. So I gifted Lacey some of these beautiful furs. That is, yeah, it's a dark peach, I think. So yeah, we will try to make something with this, but what I have used, I need to see if I can find a big piece. I'm not sure. I have something, maybe a teeny tiny one. So then I have, this one is actually a tail, so I could just do this one also. Then we have one of the smaller ones. It's a big piece. I could have used on something else. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that one. This one is also a tail. How did I come upon these materials? I think I've said it before. I have a lady friend here in Denmark who makes some purses, bags, and she buys mink. I think it's called mink in Danish and in English. And she takes what she needs of it, and then I buy her offcuts, so everything is gonna be used, you know. So yeah. And I can see why she takes some of it off, because maybe this one is because it's too long for the piece that she needed, but something like this, it's not easy to work with. So yeah. Okay. Actually, to make these ones, it has to be a little bit longer in the fur, so I also have that in a bag somewhere. I think here. Let me do, yeah, could use one of these. This is offcut from a jacket that she altered to a bag instead. And you can see on the back, here there's fur, here there's only this raw edge on leather, and here you have fur again, you have raw edge, that's the black parts. And I'm only gonna use this part for a dangle. So I lay it down here, and I'm not gonna use a scissor, because if I do a scissor, I cut the hair, and it's not gonna be, when we have to close it, you will see the edge where it has been cut. So we are gonna use a ruler and a knife, and it needs to be a sharp one, so yeah, I'm gonna take a piece off here. I'm not sure what they're doing outside. Oh, and I still hope you can hear me. Like this. Just turn the microphone a little bit. Here, here. Okay. So, and we close our eyes. There we go. This one, be careful. You can cut yourself. And here. Okay. So as you can see, I haven't like taken it out so far because it's easier to control the knife. You could do like do it here and take the stitches just like so. What I don't want is I don't like to have this where it has been sewn together, because it makes a bump and it won't give that beautiful look and smooth as it is on the dangles. So could also do it on the other side here, but when I cut it with a knife, it doesn't break the hair as easily as if I used a scissor. So when you work with fur, you always work with a knife, and you like do incision cuts. Take a little bit of a time. It takes, everything I do takes time. And if you have a piece where it's all fur, you will, I can show it here, you would like cut a little bit in it, and because it's difficult to find the same place, you're taking a metal ruler and you like cut. You don't press very hard, it's just loosely, and then you will go through the skins a couple of times, and suddenly you are like, you can, as you can see here, I have a little cut and I can like tear it apart, and you will not ruin the hair, you won't cut it, but you will get a beautiful a beautiful cut that so the hair are like removable. I'm not sure. Okay, back to this one. So just a little bit of a time. I am in frame, yeah. So here I have only just cut the strings, the thread, and I can just peel the last things. Oh, it's like cutting the grass in the, besides the way, yeah, where the cars go. So now I'm looking at how the hair is going. It's going this way, and it's actually going from the top to this one. So of course I want to do something like this, and then this part can cover this edge, and then I will glue it together like this. I do use hot glue for this thing. It's the only thing where I can work with hot glue without messing too much up. I'm not very good at using hot glue, but this one is pretty easy. And because I don't have more of these rings in silver, I'm gonna use gold color. Let's see. Let's try. Okay. Yes. I would have loved a little bit longer one of these ones. It's just a metal piece, and it's not very sturdy, it's very soft. I would have loved if it was stronger, not so bendable. And this one is also bendable, but it's like a nail, and I like that because when I glue this one on here, it has something to hold on to when I push it around here, so it doesn't slide out at some point. If you want more sturdiness, you can like perhaps bend this one if you have a longer piece here. It's not very nice, this one. It's a tryout. I haven't really tried this one before. Then I can find a pill. Maybe I can find something that is of very much value to me. Plastic one of some sort. Not too big, not too small. See, here is a square. This one. This is not very nice. And the hole has to be big enough for the thing. So this one, if I put this in here, I'm sure that it won't slide out when I make it. So, but of course it would have been nicer with a longer piece of wire, because then I can use some of my, to show you the bead caps. I have like these ones that's very long. That means that if this one has to go down here, it has to be a longer one, and I can't get this. It's not gonna work with these long ones. So probably, yeah. Oh, we are in luck. I have like this. So I think it's really difficult to explain, but I think it's easy to do. I don't know if you need. You're getting a little more down here. Okay. So, see if the hot glue is ready. I think it is. So of course I'm gonna make it try to stay. Trying to place this one here, because this is the place where, ouch, I'm gonna do this around and here. So I always place the middle part first, so I know where it has to stay, and there's no glue in it. Of course, everyone does this. I'm not the only one. gonna do like this. And then I'm gonna place this one here. I think it's too far up. Here we go. I just have to put it as far down so I know that it will be covered with fur. Well, because this hair is gonna cover the side, I need to like push this in first and then cover this edge with the fur that has to go over. And then I will look at this afterwards, because normally I probably just, I could like put it together like this and the hair would look nice, but yeah, I didn't thought I needed to come on and explain it at some point. See, now I've almost ruined this one. That wasn't the point of everything. I'm working outside because fur really is a messy thing. A really messy thing. So I'm gonna cover this like so. And why I'm using hot glue is because I know it sticks right away. So I can see here I'm gonna do all of it at the same time, and I'm gonna make it nice afterwards. So I have something like this. Now you can see all the hairs is all away from each other. Now I need to take, I've just pulled this one in, and then I will take the other part here and I will do whatever I can to like get it overlapping the other side. So I will try that now. As I said, I will try. I'm just gonna do like this and hope for the best. And I'm gonna press and hold it a little bit, and I'm gonna like this. Now it's almost that I can't find it. I can, but almost. I'm gonna just open it up like this, trying to hold the hairs. And then I'm gonna glue on this part here that we don't want to see. It's not the right way to do it normally, but I do it so, you know, everything we do is shabby, and we cover up our mistakes also, but we also do show our mistakes. Now, because there's not very much of this, it's holding like this, of this one, I will take my cap. You can see it looks a little bit messy, but it doesn't really matter because I have this bead cap. If I can find the hole, here you go. And I push it as far as I can down. And then I'm gonna hold it right here so you can see, like so. What I also want to show you, now I'm finished with the glue gun. That's why I cut a ton of these fur pieces first, put them aside. Then I take my glue gun out and I glue the sticks on and put it into this one. And then one night I took all of them out and I so it's like a process. It's not gonna, you can make one for one day, but it's a long process to make a lot of them in one day. I'm not sure if I explained it correctly, but what I'm trying to say is it's easier to divide the whole work into bits and pieces so you can make a lot of them because they are very beautiful and they are very nice to gift away also. And it doesn't really matter when it's finished and it still looks good. So, just to show you some other things, I'm just taking this one off here. We are doing one more, but I just needed this one too. Here. Then I'm taking up this plier that's round. Can you see that? Yes. I will take some bling. I don't have very much of these. I just need. I bought them in China, and some of the stones is missing or falling out, so I need to like in this one. The quality is pretty bad, to say it very nicely. So I always put a bling piece first because I think that covers this bit. And then I will put a pearl on top, but I'm not sure which pearl and what color I like to work with right now. And as you can see, there's not a long piece here, and I also need to like bend this one to close it up, so it has to be a bit small. And this one is not shiny, so we take, I'm not sure this one is a good idea. I'm sorry about this. Okay. It also needs to, could get over the hole in the bead has to be big enough so it can get onto this. And then at the same time, if the pearl is too small, you can see too much of the bling rodel thingy, and I don't like that. So I think we are gonna do something like this. Just the middle piece was too small, I think. Yeah. Okay. That's always when you do a video, it never is as you want it to be. And then I just take it in the end here. I found this one just to close it up on the top. It's not like I really want it. And I'm gonna twist it, and then I broke the glass pearl. Of course I did. So, okay. But I'm gonna do it like this, because I'm twisting it until it can't get further down, so I know that this bead cap is as far down as possible. So that is my dangle bit here. If I like to do like this piece and I have a claw here, you just attach that to the top. It could also be that you want it to be on a piece of not trim, yeah, in the end of a trim on a book or something like that, so it just dangles. That is an opportunity. But here I have the short fur. These are tails from the animal. Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm sorry, it is animal skin, so you get the real thing here. And then we are gonna do this. Here it's really important that I only cut the back side of the skin and only slice it a couple of times and not go all the way through, because I'm gonna like take it and rip it. So if I just slide in, it will get halfway down the leather, and it will be easier to work with. I'm gonna do here, I think. Is that long enough? I think this one is good enough. And you can see here, I'm just gonna rip it. There needs to be a little bit of a hole, so yeah. Okay. So that's how I'm cutting it. And as you can see, there's not as much fur. It's still like frizz. So that's why I'm sitting outside, so all of that hair is just getting into the grass, or the birds are using it for their nest or something like that. It's the same thing I do when I make angel wings. I also work outside. You can see how cold it is. My finger is wiggling. So yeah, it is really cold. But here you can see again. You can see it on the right side. Here the hair is going this way. Can you see that? So you have like the backing is you can see it from the front. That's what I meant. And this one where the hair is covering the piece. So I will place this one first where it shows, and I will put this one over so it like covers and the hairs are going the same way around. Hope you understand. So I need to put the hot glue on again. Yes. So I have 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do here. Oh, cold. I think the nails over here is a little bit longer. I'm not ready to use, these ones with pearl in the end. You could if you have some, but I think they have been a little bit more expensive, so that's why I'm not using them. So we'll see if I can find something, or else I'm gonna cut some wire for it. So and it is inside, I think. Maybe not. Oh, something here. If you don't have wire, you could do something else, but I'm not sure if it works. Could try it. Like these ones. I also have some wire here. And one more. There was a piece of wire here. It is more of cuts I have from other things. I'm not sure what I've been doing. This one, if you open it slowly, it should be able to work. Yes. There you go. And if you want, we are waiting for the hot glue to be hot enough. So we are just gonna, you see anything? So if I wanna do a, let's say you want it as a Christmas decoration, like an ornament or something like that. You just do this, and you have a top. If it should be big enough for the brands. Just doing this little bit of a time, and it is there. No, it does not do as I wanted it to. So we have something like this, and we're just gonna straighten it like here. Then you got a hook like this. And I'm just gonna measure here. These ones are probably gonna be very easy. And what I have forgotten is that we need a bee cap. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. So we're straightening it again. Bummer. That's playtime for you. I do a lot of mistakes. I don't learn if I don't make mistakes. I don't get wiser if I don't make mistakes. So let's see if this one is hot now. Not really. Okay. So I have like these bits and pieces. I'm not sure what they're doing. It's like listening to a train going by, but there's no trains out here, so I'm not sure what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah, this can work. Oh, I shouldn't cut in this mat. I have actually this one. Okay. I think we're going to do this one too. But please make the distance from this edge to this edge the same. It's a little bit important, because if you don't do that, it will look funny in the end. And it won't get this kind. So yeah. Okay. Let's see, maybe it's hot now. I think it is. I can't really feel it anymore because it's cold. So I'm gonna do this one first. I take this one was this now it's gone, paper clip. I'm gonna try with that first. So because my fingers are so cold right now, so I can't feel if it's hot or not. So, and it's definitely sticky, so it has to be hot. I will try just to push this one over like that. Then I need to glue it all the way down. Why I'm doing so much wire here is because it's a smaller piece and the hair is shorter, so I want to have a more control over how it's bending. Here where you have a lot of fur, it doesn't really matter how bendable the center is. But here I want it to be a little bit more straight. If you don't want it as firm, I think you would call it, then you would just then you just would keep the wire in the end here. But be careful, because when you don't do a knot on the wire, it may be get off if they use it for bags or stuff like that, and that wouldn't be nice. So try this. Didn't really work, so we're gonna do something that's a little bit more messy and see if I can fix it. It is more difficult to work with the short hair than the longer ones, because there's not so much to cover. Then you can see here in the end, I'm gonna stick a piece of hot glue right on the tip, and I'm gonna push these hairs down. But as you can see, it didn't get so nice here. I'm not sure how to cover this up. So I'm just gonna push the hair into the glue, actually. So it's like this. Now you can't see it. Okay. Yep. But this part, this irritates me a lot. And maybe because this one is a long one, I can use these ones. What you cannot use is, see, like this. Nobody knows. It is okay. It could be a nice little dangle in the end of some ribbon or something like that. But what you cannot use is like these ones, because they don't cover enough. These bead caps. They are too open and they don't cover enough. So you have something that is like this instead. And when the wire is longer, you can get a longer bead cap on, and it will be okay. Now I have to look at this one again and think what side is going over what. So this one is where I'm on the front, can see the edge of the back. So this one is, I'm gonna pull that one in first and then the other one. And it's, the piece of fur is a little bit too short. It's a little bit easier with the next one, I'm sure. So I'm gonna hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And then I'm gonna try to maneuver it so it covers. Taking a little bit of the hair, I can see that. This one is not gonna be a nice one either. It is really difficult with these short hair fur. You can see I have unfortunately cut the hair so it opens like this. I have nothing to cover the places where it goes together. I'm not sure what to use this one for, but yeah, let's see if I can do something about that. So, I have these ones. I'm just gonna pull them out so I'm sure that it'll go all the way through here. And push it as far as I can. Close it around it. Just roll it in your fingers. And you have like this. And we want a bead. I want this one and I want a smaller one. So take the bigger one here. I don't know why, but I love that there is a bead here. Let's hope I can do this. I can't. Okay. Only one bead. And this one was the one I wanted to show you, that we could do like this. The hanger didn't get so big. It really didn't work. That was a bit of a mix-up. Well, I tried. So, the last one here, it has to be a success, please. So, here we have the hairs going this way. So, this time I'm putting this over and I'm taking this one over again. And here you really can see the hair hasn't been cut, but there was a big gap here. If that's, I would have taken a little bit more if the piece was bigger. I'm looking at my telephone, so the screen is like this size, so it's it's a little bit difficult. If you look at a computer screen or something like that, it's probably a little bit easier to see what I'm doing. And this is not working either. You only need the hairs to go over each other, because if we don't do that, you will see the back side of it. I don't want. Sounds like the postman, but we are not expecting anything. So I'm opening up here, so I can put some glue in. It's so much easier with the long hair one than this one's. This one got very flat. That was the last one of these ones. Maybe I should do a silver one. If I can see anything. Oh, I have a couple more. These ones. Okay. So here, and I've got a piece of bling. And then what are we gonna do? I think I will use maybe this one, or black one. I'm not sure. I don't have all my pearls out. Maybe a silver one, just a silver one would be nice. I have a big piece of bling here, but it's gonna be very heavy. Something simple like this one. And then I am gonna probably just cut it, or am I gonna do this a little bit bigger? As you can see, the wire is very bendable, so it doesn't really Can you see anything? I forgot to be on the screen. I really want this wire to get down into the beads so I don't have to cut anything. I think it's there. Yeah, that'd be okay. So yeah, but as you can see, it's smaller pieces and it's okay. And since I have the wire all the way through, I can bend it, I can straighten it. Yeah. So that's my thing here. Then I needed to make these small wire. Oh, this is really, really old. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm really not sure about this. I will just glue at the same time, so I have to be a little bit fast here. And I will just glue, 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 glue. Push them together. Glue it down here too. Because it's such a small piece of fur. Is this happening? Yeah. I don't like when the receiver is gonna see how it's made. Not that they don't need to know, but because I like it to be a beautiful finish for them. So that was an easy one. Then we are doing the last one here. I don't know if you could use fabric attack or something like that. Maybe you could, but I'm not going to because there's so much hair and I don't want it to, you know, like stick in the hair as much. I want to have a little bit of control over it. I want to choose what is gonna get glued together. Here it's difficult to open. There is some pieces that is a little bit open, like so. I just brush it with the hairs, I will call it. And open it and look. So, this is my long tail here. And I just take, oh, cold. Piece of silver here, silver colored ones. This one can get these one. I'm just gonna close it like this, and I can attach it to something else. Where was the other one? Here. But you can see it doesn't. It is a little bit messy here. It doesn't have to be very pretty because I'm gonna cover it up anyway. So this something like this. No, that does not work. Maybe this one. Why I have so many pearls and stuff is because I wanted to make jewelry at one time, but there's no money in it. The jewelry is so cheap, and if you need to make jewelry yourself, it has to be silver. And I was buying old pieces of jewelry and cut them up and put them together again, and you could see how the copper, you know, if it's a silver one, there's always some kind of other metal underneath, so you could see that going through, and it didn't really work. It got cheap looking and everything, so I stopped trying, and I came across this shabby chic style, and then I thought I've always loved working with fabrics. I've tried to alter clothing, like skirts, where you take a jeans skirt, you cut it, and then you place a cotton skirt underneath, so it gets a long bohemian-like one, where I have placed some laces and some pearls on it and everything. It looks very, very nice, but it's nothing I would wear because I'm very dull in my clothing. It is either jeans or it's always pants, and it's always just a loose shirt. Yeah, I can dress up for parties and stuff, but I don't do that very often. I'm practical when it goes to clothing, but I love to like do these little bits and pieces. So yeah, what did we do now? We made a couple of these ones. I just need to like close this one up. Maybe I could, like, I have a big one here, and we could do. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm in front of the camera. Should we do? No, we shouldn't. Maybe this one. This one is funky and a little bit in that color. And we could do a small and a bigger one. I need to get some heat in my fingers. I didn't think it would be this cold. And then my husband is like getting word from the forest. But he's like working, so he is hot enough, I think. I don't think he's freezing right now. I would cut this a little bit here. So it's not that long. Just push it down. And I will just twist it, and here you go. I like this one with blue and peachy pink, like the peachy thing that's in the end. This one could be a dangle, so yeah. Try, don't try. They are very nice, the big ones here, but and they are easier than this one. So if you find a a vest or a jacket, do try it, but work outside, because it really is a messy one to work with fur. Remember to look at the hairs, what way they are, so you glue the right way. But when you do it the first time and you do it wrong, you know you have messed up. So try and try and try, and one day it really does work. You could also just cut this piece and have it as a beautiful trim. I'm not sure, but I will work a little bit more of using the fur in my other things than just doing dangles, because right now I have a lot of, take the blue gun away, a lot of beautiful fur dangles right now. So yeah, this holder my husband has made that. It's, yeah, it's just pieces of from a tree, yeah, and he has like sanded down. So he took all the back pieces away and took a straight piece and just attached it. Yeah, so I have some somewhere I can hang my things. Yeah. Okay. I hope it helps you in a way. If you like, I will do a angel wing tutorial. Hopefully not as long as this, because this has taken over an hour. I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.